This is my review of the HUSH I Pro Hush Guitar. So first off, here's the case. Actually, I really like it. Like, it has kind of like a fabric look and feel to it. It doesn't maybe come out in the video, but it feels really nice and premium. It has metal handles and it has two compartments, which are really well thought out. So you put the body of the guitar. It kind of snaps into here, which is nice. And it's got these two mesh pockets, and it comes with a whole bunch of accessories in here already, like your uh, guitar cable, and it comes with a USB for charging, even like looks like a little whammy bar, picks, and this is for the headphones, instructions, and it comes with a strap. So one for carrying the guitar, which is this one, and then it has like an additional one for the case itself. So you can carry it, just by the handle, or you can use a strap and kind of tuck it away nicely. So everything fits into the case really well. And then there is the separate compartment on the bottom here for holding the guitar itself. And again, it's got like Velcro straps. It has lots of extra padding on the top and on the sides and on the bottom. Overall, like, I'm just impressed with how well the case is thought out. So here's a quick pan over the guitar itself. Overall, like, I think it's a really unique style. I really like it. Like, it's kind of like almost like an art piece. And it's very compact, and it plays just like a regular guitar. So overall, I've been really impressed with it. So like the neck, it's sort of asymmetrical, so it gets a little bit fatter at the top, and you can see it gets skinnier at the bottom. So if you're sort of soloing and playing the lower notes, it makes it a lot easier to do. Or if you're doing like more sort of like chords and stuff up on the top, it's very comfortable, although it is a little bit different than some standard guitars, so it does take a little bit to get used to. And this is styled like an acoustic guitar, so it doesn't have an adjustable bridge system here, kind of like this. So you can't like change the action on the individual strings, just like an acoustic. And again, it doesn't have any wired or coil pickups here. It just has the piezo pickup in the side. And the other thing too, I mean, it is styled like an acoustic, but you can't play it without it being like plugged in or using headphones. Unlike, like a typical guitar, you can always play. And this basically makes the same amount of sound as a typical like electric guitar without it getting plugged in. So that's a bit of an adjustment for me. The tuners, they all work pretty great. They're pretty stiff, so it doesn't accidentally get bumped out of tune. And on the bottom here, if you can't quite turn it yourself, there's like this little hex tool, and it fits right into the base there, and it's kind of magneted in, and there's a little groove so it won't like spin around. So it's really clever how they put that together. And again, like when you're taking this apart, so for packaging or putting it in the case, there's like a little pull here, and it just disconnects it. So it's really easy to put on and off. And just to give you an idea of the overall shape of the guitar with the inserts on here, this is a black Stratocaster. So if I kind of put it up here like this, you can see that the grooves pretty much match the Strat exactly. I mean, it's a little bit longer on the top there, but kind of like along here. And then if I switch sides, this groove here, it's almost identical to kind of like the Strat setup. So when you're playing it, it's super comfortable because this is fairly wide, and it doesn't feel particularly foreign. One thing that's different, because it doesn't have a traditional headstock, you can't put it in a guitar holder that hangs the guitar like this. It doesn't work so well because there's nothing to grab onto it. Although I did find that it worked for my rack, although it does kind of like rub on this side here, which is maybe not perfect, but it does sort of like fit in there. So it'll depend. If it's a little bit too wide for your rack, it's probably just going to fall through. So it depends. I mean, that's one criticism, is it's kind of hard to put away because it just doesn't fit the same sort of racks as a traditional guitar. And if you rest it kind of like just on its end here, though, it's actually not too bad. But the tuner on the bottom, it does get kind of close. So it could put it out of tune a little bit if you're just sort of like resting it on the bass like this. Oh, and just in terms of size and thickness, here's just kind of like an idea of it by like a dreadnought styled guitar. So obviously much skinnier. And if I put it sort of like match up the headstock there, you can kind of just get an idea of how big it is compared to, like, an acoustic. And again, this is what this thing is trying to kind of emulate. So it's got a lot of built-in electronics, and I found it fairly easy and intuitive to use. And another thing I was surprised by is the screen is actually really good. It doesn't really come through on the video very well at all, but it's fairly like high resolution. But again, the video doesn't quite do it justice. And you can kind of see here that there's all of these different settings. So on the one end, you just have bypass, so it bypasses all of the functionality, and you can kind of go through the different ones, and there's like mods and delays, reverb, and then right down at the end you get like an equalizer, and then you can use it for tuning at the very sort of end, which works quite well. And then you basically just kind of pick, like say if you pick reverb, then the next button over will allow you to pick which kind of reverb. So there's like hall, room, etc. And then there's a third one here, and it just allows you to sort of adjust the intensity. So that's kind of how all the different settings work. There's tons of reviews on YouTube and stuff. So you can kind of get into more detail if you're interested. But it didn't take me very long to learn out how to use these controls. I found it pretty like easy and intuitive. Master volume, and then they have like this tone boost and AR boost, and it makes a significant difference. It's actually quite nice. And again, like you have the option of just turning everything off. And there is this Bluetooth button. So if you hold it down for a few seconds, you can pair it with your phone. So if you're listening through headphones or through an amp or something like that, you can play your music on your phone, and it will kind of like mix it in through here. So you can kind of play along with songs. So I found that actually to be quite nice. And there is a holes for like the strap that it comes with. So one there, and then one kind of on the bottom here. And then this is also kind of double usage. So you put your strap on there, and that's also where you plug your guitar in. Oh, and then just one more quick visual comparison. This is one of my favorite travel guitars. And unlike this one, it's actual like a typical acoustic, but it's just 3/4. But if I go through here, you can just kind of get an idea of the size comparison. So it is still pretty small, but obviously this one's a lot skinnier. But again, the advantage here is you don't have to plug it into practice. But maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want to go completely silent, and then this one you can just like use. You don't have to plug it into anything else, so you can just kind of plug in the headphones. But overall, I thought it was kind of a great redesign on the guitar, and again, the feel and playability of it is the most important thing, and I thought that was really great overall as well.
Hello, this is the Donner Hush 1 or Hush I Pro. I'm not sure if it was 1 or I. This is just absolutely fabulous. I've been having so much fun with it. It's uh, it's oriented more toward an acoustic style or format, but it's surprisingly versatile. It can do an awful lot of stuff. And what I thought I'd do, you can read about this in the write-up that I've written, but I thought I'd just take you through some of my favorite presets and give you a sense of what it sounds like. I'm running through my little tiny practice amp over here, so there's nothing really more than the guitar that's coming out. It's not the amp making it sound good. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and we'll start off in position number 1. This is just the most basic. It's sort of just a piezo sort of sound. So there's that. It's dry, kind of spitty and gritty. It's not bad, it just does a thing. So moving on to position number 2, you'll hear hopefully a little bit more delay and reverb. So that's a nicer, fuller sound. Move on to position 3 here, and you'll hear there's a little bit of phasing in it. And that does a little song that I wrote a while ago. So that sounds, to me, that's perfect for what that sounds like. It's sort of a milder sound. It's a little bit deadened because of the phasing. Move on to position 5. I'm going to skip 4. And I really like this sound. It's sort of a nylon string feel. And it reminds me of a song by Jeffrey Oyama. I just think that's very, very lovely. I'm going to move on to position 8 now. This has like a lo-fi delay. I really like that quite a lot. Moving on again, I'm going to skip over. I'm going to go to position 11. And this has quite a nice... just absolutely beautiful, like a nylon string. Reminds me of Steve Stevens used to have a sound very similar to that. Moving on again, up to number 12 this time. This is a very similar preset, but it has a little bit, slightly different. It's a little bit more present. And number 13 has like a polyphonic shimmer delay, and it's just lovely. You can hear that come up. just lovely. And number 14 and 15 are like a funk, more of like an electric. And 15 is more or less the same. 16 is more like a gain. And I don't really care for that too much. 17 is, again, more of a spacey. So, very, very pretty. Number 18, at first I didn't really know what to do with it. It's, if you can hear this, it's a space reverb with an expanding delay, and it sounds really strange at first, but if you use it to do something like a U2 or like the Edge sound, it's a little out of control. I'm going to turn it down and try it again. So hopefully you're able to hear that. And that's not all the presets, obviously, but that's just the ones I kind of favor. There's a lot of similarity between them in the sense that it's all sort of an acoustic tonality with different levels of gain, or pardon me, with different levels of reverb and delay. But I think it's actually really versatile. I've been having so much fun with it, and I would absolutely recommend it. The only issue I have is the price. I think the price is a bit high, but it has a wonderful feel, and it's light as a feather, and I absolutely adore it. Regardless, I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Quick preview real quick. This is on PO1, just basically bypassed. It's insane, right?